What's up, folks? Welcome to a new episode of TNE, the Nerdvana Experience. I'm the host, Ken Desmond. And today was supposed to be an episode with me and Rocky had recorded together, but some stuff came up and she ain't feeling too well. So it's gonna be me this week. I really didn't prepare nothing because I was just like how me and Rocky relationship is. When we talk, we just can talk about and everything. So I was just gonna let this shit flow, honestly. So let's see what we can talk about. See, I'm texting J9. Uh, I'm texting Jay now. He giving me ideas and topics and stuff what to talk about this week on TNE. All right. One of his suggestions will talk about uh Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 4. And honestly, bro, I forgot that game was even coming out. These folks announced this game. When they announced it, they only showed Goku going Super Saiyan Blue. It was only a couple seconds. And after that, they ain't saying nothing else about the game. They ain't showed nothing else. They ain't talked about nothing else. They ain't promoting it or nothing. So it made me actually forget all about that motherfucking game, to be honest. But what I hope, what I really, really hope is for the game to actually be like Tenkaichi. I don't want it to be like Raging Blast, because if it's gonna play like Raging Blast, it might as well be Raging Blast 3. I don't want it to be like Xenoverse. If it have any type of Xenoverse type shit in there, it might as well go on to be Xenoverse 3. I need that junk exactly like Tenkaichi, but with some new shit up in it. Bruh, because when you think about it, for those people who played Tenkaichi 1, 2, and 3, each year from 2005 all the way to 2007, they came out with Tenkaichi game. Each one of them played exactly the same, but it added new stuff to make the game feel so new, but at the same time feel familiar. And that's how Tenkaichi 4 need to be. Everybody still need to have their same type of fighting style, but different at the same time. And it need to be like Tenkaichi. Like, you should be able to transform in the middle of the matches. I don't want none of that creative character. Like, I don't want creative character shit inside Tenkaichi, because at this point, it's Xenoverse. I don't want to play no fucking Xenoverse 3. I want to play Tenkaichi 4. So I don't want no creative character shit in the game. I don't want none of this shit. I just want some new stuff to make the game fun, have replay value, rollback netcode for online play, and that's about it. Just have a good old Tenkaichi game, bro. It shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be that hard to do. Um, while I'm talking about games, okay, so Mortal Kombat 1 been out for about 2 weeks now, and it's been brought to my attention. It's been brought to my attention that it's a bug in the game, and not just any old bug. It's one of those bugs that's kind of like changed the gameplay altogether, bruh. The game. All right, so on the player 2 side, the hitbox is smaller than it is on the player 1 side, which means if you on the player 1 side, you able to do certain combos and do certain things, and the hits will connect. But on the player 2 side, you try to do the same combo and to do the same stuff, it won't connect because the box around the character hand and fist ain't big enough. And that's a major problem. That's a major, major problem. Now, as of this recording, I'm recording on Thursday, September 28th. So tomorrow, Friday, the new update supposed to go live where the game is fixed, where they fixed that problem. But the thing is, QA should have been able to catch that from the beginning. Like, before there was even the problem and everything, when they doing the testing and everything, before the game even went go, QA was supposed to test it. But I guess it's so unusual that even the game tester didn't even catch it. But it's been many times where I'm playing the game online and I'm on the player two side and I'm trying to down one. And down one is like if you're on PlayStation down square, on Xbox down X. Um, so I'm trying to down one and mine is completely missing. But the other person stuff, they able to poke me out of everything. There been times where I drop my combo and everything on the player two side, and I'm thinking I'm just being garbage. The whole time it ain't connected because the system fucked up. Now, ain't no major tournaments going on right now. It's some tournaments going on because a lot of MK1 tournaments going on right now. But the people who don't play a two side, they have a legitimate reason to be like, I got cheated. I got cheated. My hitbox stuff wasn't proportionate. I need a rematch. Completely reasonable. It's just I can't believe they just released the game like this. But in the modern age, something can be wrong with the game. And like they finna do now, they finna release a patch and fix that shit. But overall, no lie, I already got like 70 some hours in the game. And for a game that's been out 2 weeks, that's a lot of time put into one game, bro. I literally like go to work, come home, read a little scripture or whatever. After I finish doing all that important stuff, I'm on Mortal Kombat for 99% of the time when I get home. Um, yesterday and today, well, I'm lying. Yesterday, I played Mortal Kombat almost all day almost. Um, and today I played, and last night I played, Resident Evil Separate Rays a little bit. And today I've been on Mortal Kombat. Uh, man, like I said, today we just winging it. Let's find some shit to talk about. Let's find some shit to talk about because I'm completely unprepared. So we finna find stuff to talk about together. I ain't saying a lie. All right. Uh, uh. Oh yeah. Before I even go any further, yesterday I had a situation to come up. All right. Situation called for me to go handle some business for one of my loved ones and stuff like that. And when I look at the analytics for TNA, it's people all the way in Russia and Singapore and stuff like that listen to the show. But it's a whole lot of people, a good over 500 people that reoccurring listeners listen to TNA in Memphis, Tennessee. So I want to make this clear. I'm all down for, you know, when people be in a relationship, arguments gonna happen, right? It's gonna be sometimes where when you're a man, your woman get on your nerves. It's gonna be sometimes when you're a woman, your man get on your nerves. Men and women have different things that they do that irritates the opposite sex. One thing that should never ever come into play is disrespect. That should never ever ever come into play. Because throughout all the arguing and all that type of shit, y'all ain't gonna argue forever. So when y'all be heated and y'all finally cool down and everything, y'all be right back in each other's face. So you have to remember that all the shit that you said during the argument, the person you said it to ain't gonna forget it, right? So, for instance, if you're a woman and you feel like your man lacking somewhere, y'all arguing about it, and you call him a ain't shit weak ass nigga, and y'all through arguing, and y'all be back in each other's face, that man gonna remember that shit. He be like, damn, she really said I ain't shit. She real deal said I'm a weak ass nigga. Vice versa, if you a man and your woman you get into it with your woman and all that type of shit, and you call her a bitch or a hoe or like anything like that, trust me, she gonna keep record of that. And she gonna remember that shit. The thing that folks need to remember is that when you go through situations like that in relationships, especially with women, and you call yourself trying to bully a woman, calling her a bitch or a hoe, and all that type of shit, and she ain't used to that, like used to that type of shit. She didn't grow up in that environment or nothing like that, and she got folks in her family that she can call to help her. You need to rethink your actions, bro. I understand that some of these women out here deserve to be called bitches and hoes and shit. They do. Sad to say, but don't say it to their face unless they blatantly disrespecting you and trying to do shit to harm you and shit like that. If y'all just arguing in y'all relationship, bro, don't call her no bitch or no hoe. Because from personal experience, she can get real ugly when she call her brothers. You know what I'm saying? And if her brothers ain't tolerating that shit and they be on that hot shit and they be real quick to blow their temper, bro, she can get ugly real fast. Real fast. So, before you think about calling this lady out her name or disrespecting her like that, you should think like, man, this shit ain't even worth it. Let me just go on and go over there and just chill out, man. I ain't even, especially if you call yourself loving this woman. If you love a woman, you ain't gonna call her a bitch or a hoe. You ain't gonna call her name. Even when you mad at her, you gonna respect her. Same thing, vice versa for a woman. If you mad with this man and y'all arguing and shit, and you call him by name, the worst thing to me personally, the worst thing a woman can call me is a bitch. If a woman call me a bitch ass nigga, like that make me so fucking mad. That's why I can't be with a woman that'll do shit and say shit like that and talk to me like that. Because that'll make me too a fucking upset. I ain't gonna lie. So the only reason I'm even saying something about this is because shit. Like I said, some stuff came up and I had to do something. But I got nieces, and one day, if the Lord sees fit, I'm gonna have me a daughter. And I ain't playing with none of these niggas when it come down to disrespect to my baby or my nieces. So now that I got that out of my system, let's find something to talk about. All right, let's get on my favorite website where I can find news and words and shit to talk about. Oh yeah, before I say something, this shit just popped into my head. This shit just popped into my head. I know y'all know who Charleston White is, right? That nigga be saying some real shit sometimes, and sometimes he be bullshitting. But the time where he be on point, when he ain't playing and doing that character type shit, he be saying some real nigga shit. And a lot of folks can't take that shit. And I'm sitting here listening to this shit. I'm like, man, okay. Okay. Especially when he started talking about shit like what's that shit that man said when we were talking about the I just watched it yesterday. He was doing an interview with a gay black woman. She was a stud. She had like long hair or something, had a hat on, and she was like some type of feminism type shit. And he was on her ass. She was trying to say stupid shit, and he was like, nah. He was like, can't no woman tell me how to be a man that wasn't raised by a man. And he was like, and can't no woman tell me how to be a man that's a woman. He was like, you a woman. How can you tell me about being a man? Like, that shit true. So Charleston White, that nigga be saying, he be like, throughout all the bullshit he be doing, because some of that shit be bullshit. Be bullshit and shit to like get views and attention and all that type of shit. But outside of that, that man real deal be speaking facts. I ain't even saying a lie. So now that I got that off my mind, that shit popped into my head right before it's time we start doing some research. All right, so I came across this article. I didn't know this. I heard about it. I had heard about it on the news a little bit when my grandparents were watching the news, but I ain't really pay attention to what they were saying. So apparently, President Biden supposed to be getting impeached. They trying to impeach the president, and I want to know why, because this really my first time hearing about him being impeached. Okay, it's a Biden impeachment, full coverage of the Republicans' first open hearing. Democrats say the GOP has failed to produce any evidence of the president's wrongdoing. So my question is, why is the GOP, the Republicans, trying to impeach Joe Biden anyway? Why are the Republicans? Okay, let's find out, because I don't know. Cause it's actually my first time hearing about it. I ain't even saying lie. All right, let's see. I'm gonna find out. All right, it says what article am I reading? I'm from the what is this? The Guardian, and this article was written by Joan Grieve, Thursday, September 28th, which is that was today. Okay, Republicans clamor to impeach Biden. 6 key things you need to know about the first hearing. Okay, let's see. Republicans had pointed to a couple of falsehoods in Biden's public statements about his son's business dealings to justify their impeachment inquiry. For example, during the 2020 presidential campaign, Biden alleged that his son had never made any money off business transactions in China. That was later contradicted by Hunter Biden himself, who testified in court that he had earned a substantial sum from China-based clients. So what? So they trying to impeach him for shit that his son did? Okay. They say another Republican gripe focused on a 2015 dinner attended by Hunter Biden and a Burisma executive, Vadnim Puhaski. What the fuck type of name is that? All right. In 2020, the New York Post reported on emails obtained from a laptop formerly owned by Hunter Biden, which suggested that he arranged for his father to meet Puhaski at the dinner. Biden's team said that the meeting did not occur, while other attendees at the dinner told the Washington Post that the then vice president only stopped by briefly to visit Alex Carlutos. These niggas' names ugly. A leader in the Greek Orthodox Church. Archer contradicted the characterizations, telling investigators he had dinner. Regardless of those specific details, the right-wing accusation that Biden engaged in a widespread corrupt scheme with his son to financially enrich himself remains unproven. Oh, okay. So basically what they saying is, okay, so they trying to impeach President Joe Biden because they think he had parts and his son doing corrupt stuff with outside uh, agencies to get rich. Okay. I'm surprised that ain't even all over my timeline, because I didn't even know this was even happening. So here's my thing, bruh. Why is they trying to impeach the president for shit that his son doing? Now, if he had knowledge of what his son was doing and he's involved in this shit, and he going against the country's like policies and criminal treason and all that type of shit, of course impeach that nigga because he doing shit. I don't know nothing about all this politics shit, but that don't sound like that type of shit. Don't sound right. I know a little bit about political issues, but I ain't have time to sit here and actually learn more about this particular situation. And he still reading from the same article, The Guardian. Could Biden be removed from office? That seems virtually impossible at this point. Currently, House Republicans do not have the votes to impeach Biden, given their narrow majority and differing views over the inquiry within their conference. Even if the House did impeach Biden, 60 senators would have to vote to convict Biden to have the president removed from office. The odds of that happening are slim to none with Democrats in control of the Senate. Yeah, it's over. They ain't trying to. They ain't finna get this man up out of office. He what this year, the rest of this year, and all the way up until next year, he's still a president. Now the presidential campaign starts really next year, and a new president get elected. Now I'm gonna be covering a whole lot of that on TNE because I'm gonna be like, even though I really don't care about like stuff like who become president and all that type of shit, it be intriguing me like what these folks be saying and bringing up about each other during the presidential campaigns and debates and shit. So I'm gonna cover a lot like around about this time next year. I'm gonna be covering a whole lot more about who the runners for the GOP and the Democrat office is next year to become the president of the United States. I'm gonna cover that next year. But for right now, uh, Donald Trump said impeach the bond Trump won or fade into oblivion. Shit. All right. See, Donald Trump, he ain't playing with these niggas. Like he love this shit. And one thing I never understood, bro. For the longest, I thought to be the president of the United States, you had to go to school, be involved in politics your whole life, your whole career and shit. And then when you hit a certain age, run for presidency. And if you win, you win. Bruh, Donald Trump ain't no damn politician, bruh. This nigga ran for president, was able to convince convince the Republicans that he was gonna make America great again, and won that shit. He really did won that shit. And that's really that cold shit. Oh yeah, I forgot all about this. I forgot all about this. So my sister was telling me about this earlier. Uh, the the government might be shutting down. They talking about shutting the government down, or what's it called? Yeah, shutting down the government. I'm dumb ahead. My brain went stupid ahead right quick. I don't know why they trying to shut the government down. I feel like I feel like it's really some over some bullshit, to be honest. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to see what they say because I don't want to read nothing and it be wrong. They say as of midday Wednesday. I'm reading from what is this? The Fresno Bee, part of the McClatchy Media Network. It said as of midday Wednesday, a shutdown this weekend appeared nearly certain, and Kevin McCartney has not been able to stop momentum towards that eventuality. Kevin McCartney is a House Speaker for Bakersfield. Um, Hard right members of McCartney Republican caucus continue to oppose any offered efforts to pass budget bills or even a stopgap measure to keep the U.S. government from running out of money in the final minutes of Saturday. When the new fiscal year begins at 12:01 a.m. Sunday, non-essential government offices will be closed. Due to the super slim majority Republicans hold in the House, McCarthy needs almost every GOP member to vote his way to get any legislation approved. Democrats are not going to help him. Members of the so-called Freedom Caucus, ultra-right representative in the GOP, have refused to go along and have stymied McCarthy's push to get bills approved or even stopgap known as continuing resolution considered. Yeah, I remember somebody saying something about that at work Friday, but I was like, what the fuck this man talking about? So basically, what he's trying to do is stop the government from closing down this weekend. So that means non-essential government offices will be closed. I don't know what it considers a non-essential government office. I think like non-essential government offices. I need to know what that is. I need to know what that is. So, non-essential. Yeah, like I said, this episode today is just me just looking for shit. So while I'm talking to y'all, I'm on my computer and I'm looking for shit to. I'm looking for shit. So just bear with me. We're gonna have these episodes like this. So I ain't really prepared because I ain't expect this shit to happen. Okay, so non-essential government offices are places like public parks and shit like that. Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So parks and what else? Parks. Okay, it's a non-essential stuff is like parks, barbershops. How is a barbershop a government non-essential building? Okay, that's some bullshit. Okay. See, I'm actually glad that I'm doing it like this episode because now I'm finding out shit that I didn't even know that was going on. Because lately, like I said, my priorities been kind of fucked up. I've been on Mortal Kombat, but ain't gonna be like that no more. I'm gonna get back on my shit and start back looking at the news. It just be so depressed, bro. It be so depressing looking at the news or reading about the news because I guarantee you, every time we read some news or something, somebody dying, somebody robbing somebody, or somebody killing somebody, or something happening to people. And to be honest, constantly reading and looking at that type of shit is draining. It take a lot on your like. I don't know about y'all, but it take a lot. It's a toll on me. I'm like, man, these motherfuckers just god damn. It's a government shutdown won't stop air travel, but it can make it worse. I ain't been at the airport since 2020. I mean 2019. When me and Carl went to California. That was right before the pandemic. So I don't even know how the airports are now. It's a long lines at the airport, flight delays, and other problems might pile up if the government shuts down. The U.S. air travel system is huge and complicated, and it could show significant signs of stress in the event of a federal government shutdown. Mm. As the hours tick by without any indication of progress on a new funding bill, it looks more and more likely that the government will shut down at 12:01 Eastern on Sunday. Many federal programs and agencies will have to stop funding, and their workers will be furloughed. Man, man, I ain't know that shit was like that. But shit, for people who don't know what uh furlough mean, it's basically like a temporary leave of absence. Like you just go on a leave of absence basically, and it could be short or it could be long. So that's basically what furlough means. Um, Federal Aviation Administration employees such as air traffic controllers, transportation safety administration employees, like security screeners, will be expected to report to work but not get paid. What the? So the TSA employees. That's what the Transportation Safety Administration is. TSA. It's supposed to be at the airport. If the federal government shut down, the TSA employees will still have to come to work but not get paid to go. Bro, what type of shit is that? What the fuck? All right, it's a why those people would get back pay sometime after the government gets funded again. They are they are not likely to be happy about delayed paychecks. And if the shutdown drags on, more of them will probably stay at home. They will contribute to flight delays and cancellation. I don't blame them. Because one thing I'm not finna do is go to fucking work for free, bro. Hell fucking no. Hell no. Hell no. They say the non-profit U.S. Travel Association said earlier this month that a shutdown can cause consumers to eliminate $140 million a day in travel spending, will worsen flight delays and increase screening line. Huh. It could also push back crucial modernization work at U.S. airports that are in poor condition. The group said that according to a survey conducted by Ipsos, 60% of Americans said they would cancel or avoid air travel during a shutdown. Man, I don't know what the fuck going on, but I don't. So these folks, I don't blame them for. If I was had to come to work and not get paid, bro, I'm choosing not to go to work every time. I'm not doing none of this shit for free. Fuck that. Fuck that. See, didn't I just say this? I just said this type of shit happen. I just said it. I just said the reason I don't like looking at the news because somebody always dying or somebody always killing somebody and it's depressing and it's hard. I can't believe this shit. All right, so all right. So I'm reading an article. I see it's a student gunman kills 3 in Rotterdam University shooting. Let's see what this has to say.
Dutch police have arrested a 32-year-old suspect in the shooting deaths of 3 people in Rotterdam on Thursday. Police said a gunman fatally shot a 39-year-old woman and her 14-year-old daughter in their home, then set the building on fire. The girl was taken to hospital, where she died from her injuries.
Na de schietpartij aan het Heiman-Dullardplein.
Police spokesperson Fred Westerbeek said the suspect then made his way to Rotterdam Medical Center University Hospital. Once there, he entered a classroom and shot a 43-year-old male teacher, who also died from his injuries. A hospital employee was at work when the shooting took place.
We heard that there was a shooting. First, we all had to stay inside, and then suddenly, we all had to go outside. I was working with children, and we had to get them all out of the consulting rooms, and then we ran outside.
The suspect was arrested near the hospital, where he also started a fire. Westerbeek said he was apprehended with a firearm in his pocket and was wearing a bulletproof vest. He added that the suspect was a student who acted alone and called his actions targeted, but did not provide a motive.
We are proud to...
And what was this in? This was in... I don't know where Rotterdam University is located. I don't know. But this man, see, this is what I was talking about. This nigga went inside. Oh, so it's in Dutch city, wherever that's at. All right, so like y'all heard, 32-year-old dude killed a 39-year-old woman and her daughter, which was 14 years old. Both of them succumbed to their injuries in the hospital. Then he went to a hospital, university, and shot a 43-year-old teacher. And before he did that, he had set the woman's house on fire, and he was trying to set the hospital on fire. That's where he got apprehended, bruh. These are the final days, bruh. These are the last days, bruh. Folks can't tell me these ain't the last days, bro. I know they. I know it. These are the last days, bro. Because like it ain't nowhere in the hell. Like every time we turn around, it's always somebody, bro. It's always somebody doing a mass shooting, killing multiple people at one time. Look, this don't happen before. Like, this country got a history of mass murders and all that type of shit. But as far as on a civilian level where the average person can go out there and get an assault rifle or whatever type of weapon they choose to get, and go into these places and go to these folks' house and all that type of shit, and just randomly just start killing people. That's how you know these are last days, bro. Cause like this shit getting more and more wicked, bro. More and more wicked. And I'm just ain't with this shit. I'm just ain't with this shit. That's why you gotta be careful nowadays. Let me read this. See, I'm constantly finding stuff. Let's see. It says the USDA predicts that SNAP and WIC benefits in some areas could run out in as a few days if the government shuts down. God damn. So if the government shut down, folks who were expecting EBT benefits and all that type of and SNAP benefits and WIC for their babies and shit, that can be gone now. See, now shit finna get real serious now because it's affecting the people who in need. And people be depending on their benefits because that's how they feed their families and their kids and their babies and stuff. Let's see what this news article had to say. What this is? What news station this is? All right, this is MSNBC. All right, let's see.
The federal government helps fund 2 programs to provide food for low-income people. But some are wondering what will happen to food stamps if Congress can't agree on a new spending plan and the government shuts down. So, let's verify. Could food stamp benefits run out during a government shutdown? Our sources are the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, and Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack. There are 2 food stamp programs, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, and a separate program for women, infants, and children, or WIC. The USDA estimates SNAP has a contingency funding through the end of October, but WIC will run out much faster.
Some states may have leftover WIC benefits that have not been spent, which could extend it for a week or so in that state. But the vast majority of WIC participants would see an immediate reduction and elimination of those benefits.
So, yes, food stamp benefits could run out during a government shutdown. During the last shutdown in 2018, Congress passed a special funding bill to keep food stamps running for 30 days. A similar bill to fund the programs for 3 months was recently introduced in the House, but so far hasn't passed. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Man. See, if the government was to shut down, bro, and these states and these different states run out of funding for the WIC for the baby, WIC for the baby food and all that type of shit, and the food SNAP benefits for the folks who in need, like they said, the lower income families and shit. Man, bro, you thought niggas was getting over and robbing folks and crime stuff. It's gonna get 10 times worse than that. Because at this point, folks gotta eat. Folks gotta eat at this point. Man. I just this country, bro. What is this? All right, so I'm still on the internet just looking around for stuff for us to talk about. All right, so I'm looking at the article. It asks, would a government shutdown stop or delay Social Security payment? See, that's some major shit there. And a correspondent from the United States government responded, a government shutdown would not stop or impact Social Security checks. Oh, okay. Because if that was the truth, man, that shit there was, man. Oh, wait. Okay. The Associated Press. Okay. I found the article about a man killing a Baltimore tech CEO. The Associated Press is reporting on it. Let's see what these folks got to say.
We're here to announce the arrest of Jason Dean Billingsley for the September 25th murder of Pava Lapierre and the September 19th arson in Edmondson Avenue. Billingsley was taken into custody in Bowie at approximately 11 o'clock last night by our Warrant Apprehension Task Force, U.S. Marshals Capital Area Regional Fugitive Task Force, Maryland State Police, Baltimore County Police, Prince George's County Police, Howard County Police, and ATF, as well as Bowie State University Police and D.C. Metro Police. We have information to believe that the victims from Edmondson Avenue were targeted by the suspect, that the suspect knew the victims, and he went into that location for a criminal reason. We know that the victim and suspect were known to each other. In reference to the homicide of Ms. Lapierre, we are still processing all evidence to determine exactly what occurred. We do know that there was no forced entry in the apartment building, as this was a secured building. We don't know if there are any connections previously to Ms. Lapierre or Mr. Billingsley.
All right, so now they're showing the mugshot. And in the mugshot, it say Billingsley was released from prison last October after earning good behavior credits to reduce the time he served for a 2013 sexual assault. This man, what the fuck? This man crazy as hell.
It is very clear that this individual posed a substantial danger, that he had been non-compliant and was clearly violating the terms of his supervision after being released, and that alone should be enough to make sure that we keep him off the streets.
All cases go in front of the grand jury, and if and when the grand jury gives us the indictments, my office will file life without the possibility of parole.
I know this arrest does not bring back Pava Lapierre or take away the heels of the many victims of Mr. Billingsley. But my hope is at least we can give a sense of closure to the city of Baltimore, the victims of all of his crimes and all their families.
All right, so he was convicted for first-degree murder for the death of Pava Lapierre. She looked like she was young, a little young woman. And it says since last week, as a suspect. Oh, okay. It says since last week he was convicted in a separate case for rape and arson. So he did a bid back in 2013, or I think it was before 2013, but he got out in 2013 for good behavior and shit like that, and got out. And a couple years, 10 years later, he started doing this shit. And well, it really ain't no telling when he started, but as of today, September 28th, as today, he got convicted. Now, bruh, he got a rape case, a separate rape and arson case, and he got a murder case from the Pava Lapierre lady. Bruh, just bury his ass in the jail, bruh. Just throw his ass in there and just forget all about it. Yeah, that's the best thing to do. That's the best thing to do. Man. See, again, this is what I be saying again, that the news it's just crazy. Bruh, I'm telling you, if you look at the news and look at stuff that happened recently in the news, bruh, all of it is like death and shit. Look at this. Look at this. Now, it's a mother of suspect, Jason, Billingsley, begs her son to turn himself in to the Baltimore police. This was a day ago. So today they got him. Jason Billingsley. They got him today. This dude who we were just talking about that had the separate rape and arson case, and he just got charged for killing Pava Lapierre. So this was today, and the video I'm about to play now is from yesterday from the Baltimore News. Apparently this happened in Baltimore.
Hey, Rick, we not only looked into his background, but we also spoke with his mother by phone today. She was very emotional when we talked to her. She said that her son was really trying to change his life around when he got out of prison. She is shocked by these allegations that are against him right now, and she tells us that she has no clue where he is tonight. as the manhunt continues for Jason Billingsley.
Turn yourself in.
His mother, Scarlett Billingsley, is begging for him to come forward. WJZ spoke with her by phone.
I told him he need to turn himself in. But I really don't think she's going to do that because she's scared.
She says she found out her son was the suspect in the brutal murder of tech CEO Pavel Lapierre from friends and then seeing his face on TV.
I screamed. I cried. I can't understand what happened that he would do something like that.
She tells WJZ she last heard from Jason on Tuesday.
I don't know where he is. He don't even call me because I've been trying to call him and talk to him. He texted me one time, said that he's okay.
Baltimore police are frantically searching for Billingsley. They say he's extremely violent based on his criminal past. Court records show he pleaded guilty to first-degree assault in 2009 when he was 18. In 2011, he was convicted of second-degree assault and served 2 years in prison. After he was released just months later in 2013, Billingsley was convicted of a rape attempt. The sentence was 30 years, meaning a 2043 release. But records show 16 years of that sentence was suspended, and he was given 5 years probation and had to register as a sex offender. During a news conference Tuesday, Mayor Brandon Scott said point blank, Billingsley should still be in prison.
The conviction should be the conviction, and we have to make sure that folks are held accountable in every single way, because we are tired of talking about the same people committing the same kind of crimes over and over again.
Meanwhile, Billingsley's mother, still in disbelief of the accusations against her son, is offering a tearful apology to Lapierre's family.
I am so sorry that this happened to her. And if my son did it, I really apologize because I don't know what happened to make him do that.
And Scarlett Billingsley tells us that she has not spoken with Baltimore police yet about her son. Again, police are out right now. They are frantically searching for Billingsley. They say if you see him or know where he is, they do not want you to approach him. They want you to call 911 immediately. Reporting live tonight in Baltimore, Jessica Albert for WJZ.
Man, see, this goes back to what I just said. It goes back to what I just said, bruh. I just said this man was he need to be up under the jail, and I just said that he got out in 2013 because of good behavior. But I didn't know that he was constantly going in and out of jail for violent assault charges and raping women and shit. They need to throw this nigga up under the jail and forget about this man because he don't know how to act right. This nigga had too many chances, bruh. He done had too many chances. Woo, man. I like these type of episodes where I'm unprepared and I'm just talking and we looking for shit to talk about. Let's see. What else we can talk about? You know what? At this point, as of right now, yeah, I'm kind of late doing what I need to do. So what I'm gonna do now? We're gonna call it a day for this week's episode of TNE, the Nerdvana Experience. Before I get out of here, I want to give a shout out to, like I said, to Raquel, because she was supposed to do the episode today, but she couldn't make it because of, other shit came up and she got busy. As always, I want to give a shout out to all the people that take their time out to listen to the show. All the reoccurring listeners, all the new listeners, I appreciate all y'all because y'all make the show possible for what it is. Honestly, even if I didn't have a lot of people listening to the show, I'd still be doing it because this is something that I love to do. Like, I haven't been passionate about something like this since I was a teenager and in my early 20s calling myself a rapper. But I appreciate all y'all. Hit up the socials, TNE Beyond on X, which used to be Twitter, on TikTok. I'm not in control of the socials. Jay Jamal, the show producer, is. So he'll see what y'all. He'll see what y'all. If y'all engage with the social, he'll be able to see what y'all talking about and relay it to me. I want to give a shout out to Amy because She fuck with me, and I fuck with her. She really came through for me as far as like helping me out with this job position, because motherfuckers in my job, how folks be, and they do crazy shit, and so she came through for me a couple of days ago and helped me level myself up at work. So I appreciate that. As always, I appreciate everybody who listens to the show, whether you're a hater or whether you love it. And I'll see y'all next week. Peace.